As the great UCLA coach John Wooden once said, a coach must never forget that he is a leader and not merely a person with authority. I am Marcus Mosher of the Game Day, here for a special edition of NBA Power Rankings brought to you by Sports Management Worldwide, the leader in online sports business education. Today, we're going to talk some head coaches as I rank the top 10 coaches currently in the NBA, and let's dive in. At number 10 is Steve Nash. I was really impressed by what I saw from Nash as a first-year head coach in the NBA. The Nets had so many injuries last year, and yet they were so close to getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. Despite just one little inch of Kevin Durant's foot being on the line, they should have beaten the Bucks in Game 7. I love the offense that Nash installed. He also got some older players like Blake Griffin and Jeff Green to play really well. I think the Nets should be the favorites to win the title next year once they get healthy. And it's partly because Nash is such a good head coach. I've got him at number 10 on our list. At number 9 is Mike Budholzer. Coach Bud is a two-time coach of the year. Now he's an NBA champion. I actually thought there was points in the playoffs where I wasn't sure if he was going to even keep his job with Milwaukee. There's some questionable decisions that he makes late in games and with the rotations. But you can't argue with his success over the last couple of years. I think Coach Bud is pretty good. I don't think he's great, but I do think he deserves a spot on our list at number 9. At number 8 is Tom Thibodeau. If you want a coach that is tough and defensive-minded, look no further than Tibbs. I love the way that his teams play. They're always so aggressive. They're always so disciplined. I think he's the right coach for the Knicks. He got the most out of Julius Randle this year. He got that team to the playoffs. I think Tibbs is underrated, and that's why he comes in at number 8. At number 7 is Rick Carlisle. I know Carlisle has not been as successful in the playoffs as maybe we hope or wish for, but I still think he is a really good coach on a night-to-night basis. I think in Indiana, he is going to be phenomenal. I think he's a perfect fit there. And don't be surprised if the Pacers are real contenders in the Eastern Conference sooner rather than later. And at number 6 is Nick Nurse of the Raptors. The Raptors under Nurse have kind of developed this Spurs Heat culture in Toronto. They play really hard. They play really disciplined. It's sound basketball. He won the Coach of the Year in 2020. Obviously, he was an NBA champion in 2019. And I just get the sense that the Raptors are going to be much better this year under Nurse after a bad year in 2021. Look for them to bounce back in a big way this year. Before we get to 5 through 1, if you think you have what it takes to work in coaching, you've got to check out Sports Management Worldwide's courses. Lots of coaches start in the film room, such as Eric Spoelstra, who you might be getting on this list. And Sports Management Worldwide offers the only Synergy digital editing courses available. It is the only way to learn Synergy outside of working in the film room. So make your move, apply for free at smww.com and use the discount code GAMEDAY for $50 off the course of your choice. Basketball jobs start here. Let's get you in the game. At number 5 is Monty Williams of the Suns. If you need a coach who is a leader of men, look no further than Monty Williams. What he did with the Suns this year was absolutely incredible. They navigated their way through the tough Western Conference, and they came up just short in the NBA Finals. He's established a winning culture in Phoenix, and it's pretty clear that players absolutely love to play for him and completely respect him. The 2021 Coach of the Year comes in at number 5 on our list. At number 4 is Steve Kerr of the Warriors. The Warriors have had some really talented teams over the last decade, but I'm just in awe of how well Kerr gets those players to buy into their system and play team basketball. He gets the absolute most out of superstars. He gets them to play defense, and most importantly, he gets them to play unselfish basketball. I was impressed that he got the Warriors in the play-in game last year, despite all of their injuries, and I think the Warriors are going to bounce back in a big way this season. At number 3 is Frank Vogel. I know that the Lakers got bounced out in the first round by the Suns, but that was really all due to injuries. Vogel kept his team afloat all season long, despite LeBron James and Anthony Davis missing most of the season. We know he's one of the best defensive coaches in the league. I think that offense has a chance to improve in a big way as well. And then on top of that, he's fantastic at getting older players to buy into the system, like we've seen with Dwight Howard and Rajon Rondo, and getting them to play some of the best basketball of their career. I still love Frank Vogel. and that's why he comes in at number 3. At number 2 is Gregg Popovich. Just a couple years ago, I think Pop would have easily been number 1 on this list, but the Spurs haven't quite aged as well this decade and over the last couple of years. But the fact that his team was even in the playing game is somewhat impressive given the lack of talent that they've had. It's impossible to make this list without Pop, and I'm still putting him at number 2 purely out of respect. And at number 1 is Erik Spoelstra of the Miami Heat. I just think Spo is absolutely phenomenal. The Heat culture is incredible, and I just love the toughness and the attitude that team plays with. Every single night you know that they're going to bring it. I think he's the number 1 coach in the NBA for a variety of reasons, but if I was running a team and a franchise, he is the number 1 guy that I want on the sidelines coaching my team. That's our rankings for this week. Don't forget to check out Sports Management Worldwide. If you think you have what it takes to work in basketball, check out Sports Management Worldwide's courses at smww.com, and we'll see you next week.